Hi everybody and welcome back to our second video of the fighting game course. Today we're going to be adding some more control to the player. We're going to be able to jump, duck, perform some attacks in the air while ducking or standing still. So before we do any of that, let's actually increase the zoom a little bit in the room. So I'm going to go ahead and enable viewport, and I'm gonna set the viewport 0 to visible, and I'm gonna change some settings here. So let's go with 384. I think that's a quarter of the room or half of it, and this should be like 237. Okay, nice. And we need to center it, so it should be like 192, I think. Yeah, and this is good. And we also need to like increase the viewport, so let's make it like double the width and height, so 768, and they should be like 474, right? Yeah, that should be it. Okay, this is just like zoom in a little bit. So again, I have imported some sprites that we're gonna be needing. So I have like a jump and a fall sprite. Okay, now this used to be a one single sprite, okay, and I just edited it a little bit, so I cut it in half and kept the jumping part and the falling part. Okay, you're also gonna need to do some tweaks in the frames. So yeah, so here are like the final result if you wanna copy mine. So just like they used to be on top, so you're just gonna need to drag each frame and drag it to a little bit to the bottom. And same thing with the jump sprite. Also have a duck sprite. This is for ducking or crouching, whatever you want to call it. And we have like some attacks. So we have like while we're ducking, we have attacks for standing still while in the air, and yeah. So there are in total like 4 attacks in each stance. So we have 4 attacks while we are in the air, 4 attacks while standing still, and 4 attacks while crouching. So let's go ahead and add some variables to our player. So in the create event, we want to add another variable called landed, which is going to be false by default. Can attack equals true, and attack type, which is gonna be well, it's gonna be a macro that we're gonna create. Attack, attack p1. Now let's go ahead and add these macros. So let's go to the script, and we want to add, first of all, we want to add another state for the attack. Oops, I can't. Okay, oh my god. All right. So macro state attack 1, and we're gonna need another region for the attack types. So we're gonna need so we're gonna need attack p1. So this is like the first punch. It's gonna be 0, and let's duplicate this 4 times. Okay, so we have the second punch, kick 1 and kick 2. So P1 and kick 1 are like light attacks. P2 and K2 are heavy attacks that will deal a lot more damage. Okay, so here we're setting the default attack type to attack P1, and this is landed to check if we are on the ground or not. And the better way to do it is to go to the character control script, or sorry, the collision and movement script, and in here we want to replace this by landed equals this, and paste it in here. So this is gonna return if we are on the ground or not. Now let's go ahead and, well, first of all, we're gonna need some keys for the players, right? Because we're gonna need a key for jumping, for moving, for attacking, So I'm just gonna copy and paste some of the keys that I already have from the original project. Now here are the keys if you wanna copy them. So we're gonna be using, as I said, WASD to move the player, U and I for the punches, and sorry, yeah, U and J for the punches, and I and K for the kicks. Alright, now let's go to the character control script, and here, well, first of all, we want to switch this only if we are on the ground. Okay, so we can't like turn while we're in the air, right? And we want to add like some the ability to jump, and here's how we're gonna do it. So first of all, so remember we have this variable can attack. Okay, now as long as we are in the free state, we want to be able to attack, right? And in here, oh, also we're gonna need one more variable here, which is, sorry, duck, which is gonna be false. Okay, this is just to say a way to tell if we are ducking or not. Okay, let's get back to our script. And well, we can only move to the left or right if we are on the ground. Okay, so let's make sure to put this inside an if statement. Okay, otherwise we are in the air and our movement is kind of limited in the air. Okay, also we cannot move if we are ducking. So if not duck, then we can move to the right or left. Okay, and else we want the H speed to be 0 because we're ducking, we can't move while ducking. So let's add the ability to jump. Well, we have if keyboard check pressed up, then we want our V speed to be jump force, right? This is a macro, and landed equals false. Alright, we also want to duck, so duck is just gonna be keyboard check down. So as long as we are on the ground and we are holding the down key, that means we are ducking, right? There's nothing to do here in the air section, so I'm just gonna go ahead and mess with the animation. So we have like this free state, right? And again, we only want to set these animations if we are on the ground, so make sure to put them inside an if statement. Else we're gonna like use the jump and fall sprite. So in order to do that, it's actually to make things a little bit easier. Let's create another script and call it set sprite, and in here we're gonna check if sprite index not equals argument 0, argument 0, then image index equals 0 and sprite index equals 0, and we're gonna return here false, return true. Oh, sorry, this should be argument 0. Okay, so this is basically we're checking if the sprite index that we want to set is not already being played, then we want to reset the image index and then set or update our sprite. So let's go back to animation control, and in here we can replace this by set sprite SPR idle. Now again we need another if statement here, I think, because this needs to happen if we are not ducking, right? So let's put this here, okay, like that. Else the duck animation, right? But here's the thing with the duck animation. So let me show you something. The duck, where is it? Okay, so here it is. So as you can see, the duck animation keeps like repeating or looping, so, and it resets us to the stand-in frame, and we don't want that to happen. So we need a way to freeze the animation when we get to this last index, right? So let's create another script and let's call it freeze last frame. And in here, we're just gonna check if round image index is greater or equals to image number, image number minus 1, then image index equals, image index equals image number minus 1. So this is basically to check if we reach the end of our animation, we want to freeze the index, and we don't want to like reset or loop the sprite or the animation, sorry. So in here, since this is gonna return either true or false, so we can do something like if not sprite, or set sprite spr duck, then we want to freeze the last frame. All right. What else? So here we are in the air, and we need to set the jump or fall in sprite. So in order to do that, if vertical speed is greater than 0, that means we are falling. So we're gonna set sprite spr fall, and else, so we want to set the sprite to spr jump, and we don't really have those sprites, right? So we need to update our handle sprite script. Okay, so well, basically, as I said, you're gonna have to do something like spr fall equals spr ko fall and spr jump, and you're gonna have to do this for both the characters. And also, since we are here, we can do it for the attack sprites, and here's how we're gonna do it. So I'm gonna paste this script, or the original code that I had, to not waste any time. So these are simple, right? spr fall, jump, and duck, same thing for the second character. Now here's the thing. So we have, as I said, 4 attacks for the standing still position. We have 4 attacks while we are ducking, and 4 attacks while in the air. Okay, so instead of creating a different variable for each sprite or each attack, I decided to create an array. Now in GameMaker Studio 2, you can create or initialize array like this. So you put in brackets and fill in your variables. I'm not sure if you can do this in GameMaker Studio 1. So if you can't, you're just gonna have to do something like spr attack 0 equals spr kop1, and then you're gonna duplicate it for the second attack, and so on. Okay, so this is just a quick way to initialize arrays, and you're gonna see how this is gonna be super helpful for us. Okay, so that's pretty much it for the handle sprite attack. Now let's get back to our animation control. So this is actually pretty much it for the animation control. There's nothing, there's not much to do here. Yeah, right. So let's go and, well, first of all, let's give the game a quick run and see if we didn't mess anything up. So at this point, we should be able to jump and duck. And while ducking, we can't move. And when we are jumping, we should see the jumping and falling sprites depending on our vertical speed. I'm gonna surely cut this part. Alright, here it is. So here's our character. We can move, we can jump, alright, exactly, and we can duck. Okay, let's see the second character, right? Okay, this is perfect. This is perfect for now. Now we want to be able to attack, right? Now here's how we're gonna do it. Again, we can attack, it doesn't matter if we are on the ground or not, so we need to put the attacks command outside these if else statement, right? And here's how we're gonna do it. If keyboard check pressed P1, then we want to switch the state to the attack state. So let's make another script and let's call it set attack. Oops. So set attack. Now we're gonna say, first of all, we're gonna say state equals state attack, so we are no longer in the free state where we can do whatever we want. Instead, we're gonna switch to the attack state. Not only that, but we also need to update our attack type, and which is gonna be argument 0. And this is why we created those macros. So this is for the attack from punch 1, punch 2, etc. And make sure when you name your sprites, you're following the same order. So punch 1, punch 2, kick 1, and kick 2. Let's get back to our character control script. And when we press this, we want to set the attack to attack P1. Okay, P1, and we want to break because we no longer want to stay in the free state, right? And basically we need to do this for every other key. So else. Okay, now we change this to P2, kick 1 and kick 2, and obviously we need to change these to the same thing. So kick 2, kick 1, and punch 2. Oops. Alright. Okay, we're good. So that's pretty much it for the free state. Now we're gonna add another case here, which is case state attack. So what do we want to do here? Well, when we attack, we obviously want to get back to our free state after we finish the attack. So also, while we are attacking, if we are on the ground, we don't want to be able to move and attack. Alright, so we're gonna say if landed, as long as we are on the ground, we need to set the edge speed to 0. Okay, also we need to get back to the free state. So how do we do that? Well, we need to check if the animation has ended. And so let's create another script called animation end, and this is basically gonna return if a round image index is greater or equals to image number -1. Okay, so let's get back to our character control, and here we're gonna say if animation end, so we want to get back to our free state, so state equals free, so that we can attack again and stuff. Alright, now we only need to update our animation control so we can see the attacks. So let's go to our animation control. Now we're gonna add another state, so case state attack. So what's gonna happen here? Well, first of all, if we cannot attack, then we want to exit, right? We don't want to show any animations, so that if we press, like, for example, P1 and P2, the P2 animation won't override the first animation, which is P1, even though it doesn't make sense because we can't really attack in the attack state. But for example, if we are attacking in the air and then we landed, then the sprite will switch to the landing sprite, the P2 landing sprite, instead of the P2 attack sprite. So if you want to test the glitch out, you can like comment this out and test it yourself, and then uncomment it again. But I'm gonna save you this time sometime, and I'm gonna tell you that it will not work for you. Okay, so as long as we are on the ground, we're gonna check if we are ducking. So if duck, we want to set the sprite to well, remember this array sp attack duck. Well, we set the sprite to the duck sprite and the index of attack type. Else set sprite sp attack, and we choose the index of attack type. Same thing. Now, okay, hold on. Otherwise, if we are not landed, then we want to set sprite sp attack air attack type. I can't type with this keyboard. Okay. Finally, we need to set this to can attack equals false. Alright. We already performed an attack, so we can't like attack again. Now here's the thing. We're setting the sprite to so if we're ducking, we set the sprite to sp attack duck and the index of attack type. Now how does that make it any sense? Well, remember these arrays, right? So sp attack duck, we have like p1 duck, p2 duck, pk1 duck, k2 duck. All right, in the same exact order as our macros, right? p1, p2, k1, k2. And when we attack, so we're setting the attack here, the attack type to argument 0, and that is in here. So when we attack, we're setting, for example, if we press p1, we're setting the attack type to attack p1, which is, for example, 0. And in the animation control script, this is gonna be replaced by 0, and sp attack duck 0 is the sprkop1 duck in if you're using this character. Otherwise it's gonna be this. So that's basically it. Now let's give the game a quick run and see if things are working fine. Now at this point we should be able to attack in whether if we are in the air, if we are standing still, or landing. Okay. Alright, so let's jump. Okay, here's the kick, or sorry, the punch. Punch 1, punch 2, kick 1, kick 2. Same thing for the other character. So we can attack on the ground. Alright, okay. Now as you can see, if we attack on the ground, then we're gonna get back up, right? And we don't want that to happen. So actually, I'm not sure if I'm recording this sound. Am I? This is kind of weird, but okay. Alright. So let's go to the character control, and in here in the animation end, we so we're gonna check if duck, we want sprite or image index to be image number -1, so that we don't get back up. So let's give the game a quick run again. Man, I'm pretty sure that the voice is messed up. Oh my god. Alright, okay. Alright, so let's test it out. Punch. Oops, no, it's that's not it. Okay, let me check what's gonna happen. Character control. Okay. I think this should be in here. Right? Yeah, that should be there. Anyway, that was all for today, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to like it, subscribe if you're not already, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care and peace.